old-fashioned clocks, obviously. So let's start with, who do we want to start with? Let's start out with the history of it. The Egyptians divided the day into 12-hour periods and used large, weird wall-like things to track the movement of the sun. They also developed water clocks, which were first used in I can't say the word, sorry, I'm completely distorted, of Amun-Re, and later outside Egypt as well. They were employed frequently by ancient Egyptians, who called them clepsydra. The Zhou dynasty is believed to have used the overflow water clock around the same time devices were introduced from Mesopotamia as early as 100 BC. Other ancient timekeeping devices included the candle clock, used in ancient China, ancient Japan, England, and Mesopotamia. The time stick, widely used in India and Tibet, as well as some other parts of Europe, and the hourglass, which functioned similarly to a water clock. The sundial, another early clock, relies on shadows to provide a good estimate of an hour on a sunny day, which is not so useful in cloudy weather or at night, and requires recalibration as the seasons change. Gnomon was not aligned with the Earth axis. The earliest known clock with a water-powered escapement mechanism, which transferred rational energy into intermittent motions. To internet motions dates back to the 3rd century. Dates back into the 3rd century. Back to the 3rd century BC in ancient Greece. Sorry, I accidentally deleted something. Chinese engineers later invented clocks, incorporating mercury-powered escapement mechanisms in the 10th century, followed by Iranian engineers inventing water clocks driven by gears and weights. In the 11th century, the first mechanical clocks, employing the verge escapement mechanism with a foliote or balance wheel timekeeper, were invented in Europe at the start of the 14th century and became the standard timekeeping device until the pendulum clock was invented in 1656. The invention of mainspring in the early 15th century allowed portable clocks to be built, evolving into the first pocket watches of the 17th century. But these are not very accurate until the balance spring was added to the balance wheel in the mid-17th century. The pendulum clock remained the most accurate timekeeper until the 1930s, when quartz oscillators were invented, followed by atomic clocks after World War II. Although initially limited to laboratories, the development of microelectronics in the 1960s made quartz clocks both compact and cheap to produce, and by the 1980s they became the world's dominant timekeeping technology in both clocks and wristwatches. Atomic clocks are far more accurate than any previous timekeeping device and are used to calibrate other clocks and to calculate the International Atomic Time. The standardized civil system, Coordinate Universe Time, is based on atomic time. If we didn't have clocks, we would never know when to end school. Anyway, so yeah, clocks are the best. And over to Samsung. I'm out. Peace. Scared cat. Hi, I'm Phone. I'm one of the Samsungs, but as you know, there are many other kinds of phones. Like me, the Samsung, iPhone, and BlackBerry, Nokia, Motorola, and many others, but I mean, who has time of day to name all of them? So I'm just going to talk about me, and unfortunately, the other phones as well. So let's start with the iPhone and its disadvantages. And advantages, of course, because I don't want to completely destroy its confidence. Well, okay, one of the disadvantages is that they easily get viruses, which kind of sucks, because that prevents your phone from working properly, and when you're trying to do stuff like text your parents or your friends, because your parents aren't that cool to text, it doesn't work because of the virus. They overheat fastly. So like if you're using an app, your phone will heat up quickly if you're using an iPhone, and the app will tend to stop working, and that kind of sucks. And they freeze easily too. So, again with the apps, if you're using an app too much, it'll freeze. So like, if you're playing a game that involves you having to constantly move your character or something, and your phone freezes, and then it unfreezes and you're dead, that, kind of makes people angry. So, yeah, those are some disadvantages that I can think of. And some advantages are they have good quality cameras, so you're not stuck taking useless selfies constantly because of the quality of the camera. Um, they are very secure, so they won't get hacked easily, and you can use the Find My iPhone app to find your iPhone if you lose it. So they're pretty good in that case. And that's really all I can think of for the iPhone. So now onto the BlackBerry phone. They are notification. Whoops. um, their advantages are probably a lot worse than the iPhone. I don't even actually know at this point, but yeah. So I'm gonna just do that. Um, they're very bad at reception. So if you're in the middle of a call and you're cutting in and out, and they're like, "What did you say?" And that kind of sucks because if you're trying to ramble on about something because you had a bad day or something like that. I'm saying something a lot apparently, but you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. Um, it'll cut in and out, and it'll be hard to talk to that person. They have slow web search, so if you're scrambling to do that homework that you didn't do on time, like most people in this room, I think. Well, not most, but at least a good number of students in this class. Not trying to point fingers, because I'm probably one of those many. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably one of those many students, so I can't really say much. But yeah, so they have slow web search, so that kind of sucks. You're trying to scramble to do that homework, and your computer's taking like a gazillion years to load that one thing that you need to get done for that homework. Well, I mean, not literally a gazillion years, but it sure feels like it. Believe me, I know this from personal experience. It kind of sucks. Now on to some advantages. There are not very many advantages for this phone. Seems how they're kind of sucky. um, the only advantage that really comes to mind is that you actually have a phone. So you're not like that one kid in school without a phone. So you're still kind of relevant in this world. Now onto the Nokia phone. And yes, there are a lot of benefits to this phone. Not as many as the Samsung, of course, but there's a good amount of advantages. First of all, you won't need to open Facebook, WhatsApp, if that's even a thing on your phone anymore, Instagram, Snapchat, like every 10 minutes to see new posts and notifications. Because, it'll tell you right then and there, like, hey, got a notification, check your phone. um, you won't have an addiction of games like Clash of Clans, Asphalt, if those are even apps you play. I mean, I'll tell you this. A lot of people have addictions to those games. And unfortunately, my dad is one of them, and it's
kind of annoying to hear him get frustrated when he loses a battle in Clash of Clans, but you know what? That's okay. That is okay. And yeah. What is this? So, that was kind of weird-ish, but you know what? Let's just pretend that did not happen and continue on with knowledge. Let's just continue with knowledge. Yep, we're just gonna, we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen and continue on with the knowledge seeking that we all want to do. Um, so yeah, you won't have to check your phone every 10 minutes. You won't have addiction game, which are huge time suckers, literally. And another advantage is you won't waste time taking those useless selfies that you're never gonna use after that one post. Cause of the camera on this phone is pretty good actually. I've tested it, I guess. You won't seek for a charger or charging point everywhere, cause the battery will last you a while on this phone. And this will save you a lot of precious time, in which you can do many worthy works like your homework and that paperwork you have when you're an adult and you have a job, which kind of sucks. And I'm sure some of the adults, well, the only adult in this room will agree. uh, you can increase your thinking capacity skills and productivity on this phone because it doesn't allow you to have addictions to the phone. Ta-da! So, your teachers won't have to come up to you and be like, hey, where's your homework? Constantly, because, you won't be addicted to your phone. Unlike me. Just kidding. Not really, but yeah. Anyways, some disadvantages to the phone are low cost performance. Nokia's mobile phones are always expensive with little functions. Almost as little as me, if that's even possible. But they sell well. They're bulky and heavy, like a brick. Like those old video game consoles Dylan talked to you about yesterday. And this next thing's gonna be a comparative comment, but it is true that Nokia does not have an ultra thin model so far. And it has a simple and unattractive appearance, which is probably why they don't sell as many phones as a Samsung. Uh, uh, Nokia's products are mostly bar phones. Once in a while, it will introduce flip phones, which I don't see why, because those things are old and non-relevant anymore. But not nice. But hey, it's a phone. Deal with it. And which this phone makes sharp contrast with Samsung. Because, the Samsung's pretty tough to beat because it's an amazing phone. Whose main features are flip phones and beautiful design. Because, we're amazing looking phones. Ta-da! Little accessories in standard configuration. Standard configuration. Oh my god. Nokia's low and middle end lines only provide one battery and one recharger. No earphone, data wire, and the like, whatever that means. Now, onto the Moto G, because the Nokia phone's kind of getting boring to talk about, seems how it's a brick phone, pretty much. Advantages are processing speed. The device has quite decent hardware specs at this price range, which I have no idea what it is because I'm addicted to Samsung phones and I don't pay attention to any other phone. The Moto G has a Qualcomm MSM 8226 Snapdragon. And it has a Snapdragon 400 chipset with a quad core of 1.2 GHz Cortex A7 processor, whatever that means. It is accompanied by a 1 GB RAM to give you a smooth and lag-free operating, like a Samsung, but the Samsung's 10 times better. And it can handle almost all the popular games for Android OS. The build quality of the Moto G is visible just by looking at the handset. The device has not compromised on the look factor in spite of the rub set appeal of it. The curved edges give it a great look and also enhance the ergonomic factor of the phone. I almost destroyed that English word. Forgive me for that. By giving a better grip to the user. It has expandable storage. The additional storage space through external micro SD card makes the phone a good deal. Not as good as deal as Samsung. Again, not sponsored, I swear. It already has a 16GB of internal memory, and the option of adding more space is always helpful to store all the music, useless selfies, and other images that you may have on your phone. And video files, of course. Because, who doesn't like to take cringy videos of their friends or themselves? Because, we're that weird of a generation. Haha. Display. The display is pretty good. It has a 5-inch capacitive IPS touchscreen with 16-meter colors. I'm guessing that's what the M stands for. I'm very bad at this. It has a resolution of 720 times 1280 pixels and has a pixel density of 294 ppi. This gives great picture quality with amazing viewing angles. The screen is also protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass. Man, that Gorilla stuff is really rising up in this company thing. The sound quality. The sound quality on the Moto G is amazing. Not as good as Samsung, but amazing, With its two front-facing speakers, the presence of two speakers gives a good surround sound. Now, on to the disadvantages before I feed this phone's ego so much that it, just can never walk again, even though phones can't physically walk. If that makes any sense to you people. Disadvantages of Moto G. Thickness, because it's like a brick. Which kind of sucks, because, you're going to need, those pants, the really big pockets to fit that in. And even then, you're going to need, 20 belts to hold out the pants after you put the brick of a phone in your pocket. The device has a decent look and great build quality, but lacks on the thickness part. Seems how it is a brick. The phone is really thick, and you can feel it when you hold it in your hand, even though you feel every phone you hold in your hand. But this one you can really feel, because, it'll weigh your arm so far down that, you're just going to be that one person with a bad back because your phone, which kind of sucks at this point in life. This can become a disadvantage of the Moto G. Actually, it can't become a disadvantage of the Moto G because it is a disadvantage of the Moto G. Ta-da! For the user. Camera quality. The Moto G has an 8 megapixel rear camera and a 2 megapixel front camera. When you compare the quality of images from Moto G with images taken from other devices of similar specifications and price range, then the image from the Moto G are found to be inferior to their counterparts. The video recording offered is only 720p. Whatever the P stands for, I don't know. You can figure that out on your own, I'm assuming. And not 1080p, because, it's that sucky of a disadvantage that it has to do that to us, phone users. Low internal memory. I guess you could say it's got a pretty short memory like Dory. The phone only has an 8GB of internal memory, which can be considered as one of the disadvantages of the Moto G. Actually, it can't be considered as a disadvantage because it is a disadvantage. Please excuse my attitude for this, but, this is kind of making me mad talking about this phone because I just want to get onto the Samsung. This memory is supposed to run out pretty soon. And by run out pretty soon, I mean it's gone in like a blink of an eye. Just like Dory's memory. Ta-da! Comparison to a cartoon fish. Good job, Samsung. So yeah, the memory is supposed to run out pretty soon if you install some large size apps. Even though technically when you view them on your phone, they're all the same size. But you know what I mean, like the large size of space it takes up on your phone. Because you just need those apps. Oh yeah. Non-removable battery. Which I don't really see that as a disadvantage. Because when you drop your phone, the back comes off and your battery goes flying like a bird. A non-removable battery would come in handy unless you're getting your phone battery fixed. Then I can consider that a disadvantage. The battery in the device is a non-removable one, which again is a disadvantage. And yes, I am repeating this. It is a disadvantage of the Moto G. And I've said that for probably the fifth time now. The users always prefer a removable battery. This gives them the option to replace the battery, as I just said. Low battery capacity. The battery capacity that this device has is only 2070 mAh. It might be enough to take you through the day, but if you are a heavy phone user, then you would have appreciated a better battery capacity. Because if you're a heavy phone user, you're gonna want that battery to last a long time. And with this phone, it only lasts a day. So yeah, you're gonna have to charge that phone for another day to get the day's worth of battery back, which is gonna suck. And yeah, it has no 4G connectivity, and I will leave you with that because I feel like I've rambled on about enough phones. But I will tell you this about phones. Either way, it's a phone. You can do pretty much the same thing. It's just some phones have better usage than others. It has a better quality than others. So I mean, I would stick with the Samsung because it's a pretty good. And seems how this video is long enough. No, it's time I end it. Just so I can let the next person talk to you about whatever it is they're talking about. So yeah, I will leave you like that, and peace. Have fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is gonna be the cringiest video I've ever done. Bye. Oh, big time. Big time the cringiest video. Bye. Okay.